Lycans in the Shadows. The Dogman phenomenon has captured imaginations across America for decades. A bipedal, wolf-like creature blending human intelligence with primal ferocity. While skeptics dismiss it as misidentified bears, hoaxes, or urban legends, eyewitness accounts persist, often shared on podcasts like Dogman Encounters Radio, with hundreds of episodes featuring real callers, and in books by authors like Linda Godfrey. Official records are scarce. No verified police reports or 911 calls directly confirm Dogman attacks, as agencies classify such incidents as wildlife encounters, pranks, or unexplainable without evidence. The most discussed real 911 call tied to cryptid-like events is from Pender County, North Carolina, July 31, 2021. A man driving at night called to report a bloody figure on the roadside, initially thought to be a person in distress, possibly in old clothing. While on the line with dispatch, something leaped into his truck bed, causing panic. He screamed, "That's not human," and described a pale, elongated creature with sunken eyes. The sheriff's office confirmed the call's authenticity. Deputies found scratch damage on the truck roof, but no creature or victim. Snopes and local news, e.g. Raleigh News and Observer, verified it as genuine, though skeptics suggest a prank, deer collision, or hoax for attention/tourism. Audio circulates online. The caller's terror is raw, with the dispatcher remaining calm amid screams.
"That's not human! That's not human!"
Sir, are you okay, sir? Pender County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
Yes, ma'am, and it looked like he was bleeding. So when I drove by, I had my high beams on, and all I could see was just some streaks of red going down his body, starting at his head. What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck! In the bed!
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed light for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Okay, so when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
I don't know.
Like a turkey, a deer?
No.
Turkeys are pretty big.
I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if you heard that bang before I started screaming, but I heard a bang.
I did.
Turned on my. That's why.
I heard a thud. And back to the man that you saw, you said he was covered in blood?
It looked like he was bleeding from his head and heavily because it was going down his torso, and he had no shirt on.
And was he white, black, Hispanic?
He was white, and he was staring at me as I drove by, just blankly.
Another rumored audio is the 2006 OnStar Dogman incident in Troy, Michigan. A driver swerved to avoid a large upright dog creature, crashing. OnStar recorded growls and the driver's fear before help arrived.
OnStar Emergency, this is Kyle speaking. How can I help you? Hello?
Something just ran in front of us on the road. We're in the ditch. We rolled over.
How many people are in the car, and is anyone injured?
There's two of us. I don't think we have any injuries.
Is the car on its top or wheels or what?
No, it's kind of sitting on its side.
Hold one moment, please, while I contact emergency services.
Okay.
Okay, the state police should be on their way in a few minutes. Is everyone still okay?
Yeah. I think we're okay.
What ran in front of you? A deer?
I don't know what the hell it was, but it was big. It looked like a great big dog. Standing up.
Was it a bear, maybe?
Maybe, oh my God. Oh my God!
Sir? Hello? Are you still there? Sir?
It's widely shared as real but lacks official confirmation, often linked to Dogman lore but possibly dramatized. No official 911 audio or police reports exist for the infamous Land Between the Lakes, LBL, massacre, alleged 1980s family slaughter by a dogman-like beast in Kentucky. Eyewitness claims, e.g. survivor stories on podcasts, describe mutilated bodies and cover-ups, but the U.S. Forest Service and local authorities have no records. It's widely regarded as urban legend amplified online. Other encounters come from anonymous eyewitnesses on shows like Dogman Encounters. A retired officer in LBL, 1990s, reported being stalked by multiple upright wolves while hunting. He and his partner fired shots and fled. Hunters in Oklahoma and Michigan describe livestock attacks with wounds inconsistent with coyotes or bears, oversized bites, bipedal tracks. A camper in the Appalachians claimed a chase, with claw marks on trees. The Midnight Camper, Michigan Upper Peninsula. In 2019, brothers Jake and Ryan camped near Tequamanon Falls. Around 2 a.m., howls circled their tent, too deep for wolves. Jake unzipped to check. 8-foot shadow rose on hind legs, red eyes glowing. It ripped the tent fabric, dragging Ryan out by the leg. Jake fired his rifle blindly. The beast snarled, blood from its jaws, then vanished. Ryan survived with deep gashes, but deputies found only oversized prints and shredded gear, classified as bear attack. The highway ambush, Oklahoma Panhandle. Truck driver Maria drove I-40 at dusk in 2022. A figure darted across, tall, furred, upright. She swerved. It pursued on all fours, leaping onto her hood. Claws shattered the windshield as it roared, fangs dripping. Maria accelerated, slamming it off. It rolled into the ditch. Highway patrol found dents and scratches. No animal, no report filed beyond deer strike. The family cabin, North Carolina Smokies. The Harrisons vacationed in a remote cabin near Asheville, 2024. Night fell, scratching at doors. Dad peered out. A gray-black dogman stared back, snout elongated, eyes burning. It burst through the window, grabbing Mom. Chaos, screams, gunshots. The beast fled with her body. Search teams found blood trails but no remains. Locals whispered of the Watcher, shapeshifter punishing outsiders. The alleged kill teams that hunt dogman creatures remain firmly in the realm of fringe conspiracy lore, whispered about on cryptid podcasts, anonymous YouTube confessions, and online forums. No official government documents, declassified files, or verified law enforcement reports confirm the existence of dedicated Black Ops units, private military contractors, PMCs, or elite military squads tasked with eliminating these bipedal wolf-like beings. What does exist is a persistent narrative, amplified by shows like Dogman Encounters Radio, Nightmare Creature, and various True Scary Stories channels, claiming that when a dogman is killed or becomes too visible, shadowy government agents arrive quickly to confiscate bodies, silence witnesses, and classify incidents under national security pretexts. The core allegations eyewitnesses and self-proclaimed insiders describe these teams as highly trained Special Forces operators, or PMC, mercenaries, sometimes linked to DARPA or unnamed black budget programs, equipped with suppressed weapons, thermal imaging, night vision, and heavy-caliber rifles designed for large, fast-moving targets. Arriving in unmarked black SUVs, military jeeps, or helicopters within hours of a confirmed kill or sighting. Forcing non-disclosure agreements, threats of treason charges, or worse on civilians who witness or participate in encounters. Covering up evidence to protect public order, tourism revenue, especially in places like Land Between the Lakes, or hide experimental origins, e.g., escaped genetic projects or interdimensional entities. These stories often tie back to hotspots like Land Between the Lakes, LBL, in Kentucky/Tennessee, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Oklahoma plains, and remote national forests. The narrative claims Dogman populations are growing bolder, forcing the government to shift from containment to active extermination. Shadow Hunters, the untold war against the Dogman. In the dead of night, across America's forgotten wild places, a silent war rages. Not against foreign enemies or terrorists, but against something older, hungrier, and far less human. The Dogman. For decades, hunters, campers, and soldiers have crossed paths with these upright predators, 7 to 9 feet tall, furred, fanged, and intelligent enough to evade capture. But a select few claim the government doesn't just ignore them, it hunts them. A retired Army Ranger calling himself Echo describes his induction in 2018. I was pulled from my unit after a classified op in Afghanistan. They flew me to a black site in Nevada. No patches, no names. Just a briefing room and a photo of a creature that looked like a wolf on steroids, standing upright, eyes glowing red in infrared. They said, "These things are real. They're in our national parks, killing livestock." People. Your job is simple. Find them, confirm, terminate. No traces. Echo claims his first mission was in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, 2020. A pack had been terrorizing logging camps, dragging workers into the woods. His four-man team, all veterans with cryptid experience, set up bait stations with fresh deer carcasses laced with trackers. Night 3, thermal picked up heat signatures, 3 upright figures circling. They moved like soldiers, flanking, using cover. We engaged at 300 meters. Suppressed .338 Lapua rounds. One dropped clean, chest shot. The others charged. Fast. Too fast. One leaped 20 feet in a single bound, claws out. We lit it up. Brass everywhere. The Alpha took 3 rounds center mass and kept coming until a headshot finally dropped it. We bagged the bodies, heavy like wet concrete, and exfilled by Black Hawk before dawn. Next day, the site was scrubbed. No news, no missing persons report. Just another bear attack in the logbooks. Another account comes from Viper, a former PMC contractor allegedly hired through a shell company tied to intelligence circles. His team operated inland between the lakes after the infamous, alleged 1980s massacre. Cover-up rumors resurfaced with new sightings in 2023 to 2024. We got the call after a ranger went missing near Hematite Lake. Found his truck shredded, blood trail leading into the trees. Command said it was a large canine anomaly. We tracked for 3 days, prints like a man's but clawed, 18-inch stride. Night 4, ambush. The thing came out of nowhere, black fur, red eyes, snarling something that sounded almost like words. We hit it with flashbangs, then full auto. It screamed, not a howl, a human scream, and tore through our point man like paper. We finished it with incendiary rounds. The body smelled like wet dog and sulfur. Hilo picked us up at first light. They told us to forget the coordinates. Forget the name. Forget everything. These teams reportedly use specialized gear, silver-coated bullets, tranquilizers for live capture, rarely successful, and drones with thermal flare to map territories. Missions are deniable. No paper trail, no medals, no families told the truth. But the hunters sometimes become the hunted. Viper claims one op in Oklahoma went sideways. The pack turned the tables, using the terrain to flank and pick off operators one by one. They weren't animals. They were soldiers in fur. We lost 3 men. The survivors were told it was a training accident. Classified. Skeptics point out the lack of hard evidence. No leaked photos of bodies, no whistleblower documents, no FOIA releases. Many stories trace back to anonymous podcast calls or dramatized YouTube videos. Yet the pattern persists. Isolated kills, rapid cleanup, and witnesses silenced by fear or threats. Is this a coordinated government response to a real threat? A black budget program gone rogue? Or simply modern folklore born from isolation, fear, and the human need to explain the unexplainable? One thing remains consistent in these tales. The hunters never win forever. The Dogman endures. And somewhere in the dark woods, another team is being assembled, or another body is being claimed. Official sources downplay or lack records, fueling conspiracy theories of cover-ups. Indigenous lore, skinwalkers, Wendigo, adds cultural depth, warnings against disrespecting wild places. When venturing into forests, stay alert. The Dogman may be myth, or waiting in the shadows. Stay safe out there. The truth is within the shadows.